Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you all. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday. It's still getting a little used to Tuesday saying it instead of Monday, Mike Kastner. I'm working through the days of the week. I am working through the days of the week. Kimberly made it. She made it. I can just tell she's got her seatbelt on here. Mario, what up, brother? Good morning to you. Sherry's got her seatbelt on as well. Joseph, good morning to you. Maya, I hope I'm saying that right. Maya, iPhone 97. iPhone 97. I think it's just like, I'm just going to start calling iPhones out. Good morning to you. Chad Free, what up, brother? Good morning to you all. For those of you taking notes today, for those of you on the show today, lean in today's message. There's several things we're going to be talking about today. Yeah, say good morning in the chat. Kat, thank you, Kat, for telling. Put good morning in the chat. Monica, good morning to you. Put good morning into the chat. And today's topic is called It's Different. It's different. Some of you are like, huh. We're going to get into it, Jackie. We're going to get into it. So that's today's topic. It's different. So guys, on Tuesday, Chad brought up something yesterday that really Chad doesn't even realize this, but he said something, and actually, ironically, I haven't done it in a while, but he made me think about it, Monica from TX's. He said Brock the Rock talks. Brock the Rock. And that actually used to be my podcast called Brock the Rock Talks. Here's actually a little picture. We got to update it here. But I might just go back to my Tuesdays where I'm going to have like tactical Tuesdays, but it's all going to be about Brock the Rock Talks. And I got to give hats off for those of you in Charlotte. Bill Gallagher was the one that created that. If you like Brock the Rock Talks, don't hurt my feelings, okay? This is optional. If you kind of like it, put a 5 in the chat. Put a 5 in the chat. If you think it rhymes, it's like Brock the Rock Talks. I kind of like that. If you don't like it, just keep it to yourself right now because I'm a little sensitive. I'm a little sensitive still to it. So just if you like it, put a 5 in the chat. Now, I'm all about showing pictures, it seems like today. And when this is something that my our coaching clients that I work with, these are my elite coaching clients, and we did a podcast episode Monday. And here's while I'm trying to work and do different things on and working with them, this is what these two decide to do. They decide to be real funny. And here's Sherry and Jackie and Dee, and they were taking pictures behind the scene of put a 5 in the chat, put a 5 in the chat. So, haha, I get it. Did you guys all see put a 5 in the chat? Did you guys see that? I was just making sure I had the scene. Yeah. I'm like, okay. So I'm going to ask you to put a 5 in the chat here on this. Okay. So lean into this, everybody. Lean into this. RS, lean into it too. Nicole, good morning, Nicole. At the end of the show today, if this goes the way that I want it to go, I'm going to ask some people to come off of mute and be uncomfortable. Okay. So I'm prefacing it beforehand. If you're willing, you don't know what my question is yet, but if you're willing to be a little uncomfortable, and if you're willing, some of you don't have to be off of mute, but some of you I'm going to ask to. I want you to put a 5 in the chat right now if you're willing to be uncomfortable these next 25 minutes that I got with you. If you're willing to be uncomfortable these next 25 minutes to really kind of do a deep dive on it. Mike, yep, look at Mike Castor's even looking backwards. He's like looking backwards. He's like, I got to make sure who's behind me. Who do I really want to be uncomfortable? Anybody else in this car want to be uncomfortable with me? Okay. Let me go to my chats. I don't have my chats open. Can you believe this, John Hart? I don't have my chats open. Oh, okay, good. We got some 5s because I get a little nervous sometimes when I say this and I'm like, oh gosh. So here we go. So good morning, everybody. My name is Coach Brock Zevan. I'm a life coach, business coach, real estate coach, and a DAD. And it's been a DAD for quite some time with balancing kids and everything else under the sun. But the kids are off today. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, they're off from school today. I just think the teachers are like, you know what? We shouldn't have any 5-day work weeks. We should really just keep it to 4. So let's try to figure out how to get these kids out of school. So before I get into all my message that we sing of it's different, I want us to pull up our affirmation, Jay, if we can, our affirmation that we have here. Now, you all said you're willing to be uncomfortable. So I want you to be uncomfortable, meaning like I want you to say this really loud and proud, kind of like roll down your window maybe, and just be uncomfortable. Make people look at you, be like, what the hell's wrong with that? That person's screaming outside of their car window right now. But I want you to really feel this today. Of everything that's going on in our world and our society, our social media, and everything else, I want you to really feel that you have something deep down inside of you that something good is going to come from you. So I want you to unmute yourself, and on the count of 3, we're all going to say it together. And if you can't come off of mute, just say it like you are off of mute. Entertain me. On the count of 3, let's all say it together. 1, 2, and 3. Something good.
Something good
is going to happen
to
to
me.
me.
Something good is going to happen through me.
I love it. I love it. I really feel it too when you guys come off of mute. Chad and I just like that, right, Sharon? We just like when we get to hear your voices. It just comes in unison in some direction. So Dixie, here's where we're at. This is a different number. This is a different number. I'm actually going to use letters, D. Letters. You get Wrigley. Bring Wrigley up here. I want you to put me in the chat if I'm speaking to you. If you've heard this before, Wendy, if you've heard this before, when you've heard somebody say, it's different, it's just different, it's hard to explain. How many of you have heard that phrase, that theme, that concept in some capacity? You just heard, it's different. I can't really put my finger on it. I don't know, but it's just different. So I heard this actually for the last couple weeks. And it is a little bit about football, not a little bit about football. It is about football on this one concept that I'm going to share with you because it is something that I follow, and I felt that it could be really good to be able to share with you how I want to put this into perspective today for you all. So my wonderful team, the New York Jets, have not won a game or have not won a playoff or gone into the playoffs in 14 years. They had an 0-3 start. This is the 4th time in 7 years that they've gone 0-3, which is another record. And the announcers, when they speak, the Tom Brady's, the Tony Romos, I can't remember some of their names all of a sudden, but the Jim Nance. I don't know if you know this, but before they go and they play the game, they usually do this on a Friday or Saturday. They go into the locker room, they go into the conference rooms, and they do interviews. Okay. And when they do the interviews, they usually talk about it on Sundays, or they do it in the pregame. And I've been watching it for the last 3 weeks all, okay? Because I'm one of those weirdos and I watch all this stuff. And Justine, what they said, each one of them and every different reporter in a different state have all said before the game, the New York Jets are just different this year. Now, if I hear that as an outsider, I'd be like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Different. They're still losing. They're 0-3. I don't know what's so different about them because on the outside, they look the same. On the outside, they still are losing. Is it fair to say in the last 14 years, and Chad Free's son, Jackson, I can pretty much 100% guarantee it, that no matter if you're in high school, college, or pros, a 100-yard field is a 100-yard field. Yes or yes? It's the same field no matter what age. And Jackie with her kids and they're playing Pee-wee, they're playing on a 100-yard field. It's the same 100-yard field. It's the same football. They play in the same stadium, but for 14 years they've been losing. But the last 3 weeks, every announcer has said it's different. They're just different this year. They got a new head coach. That'd be the one main thing that's different about them. Because what's different that I see is what's inside of this coach that makes it different. It is with inside of you that makes you different. This world saw something on Sunday that we haven't seen in I don't know how long. Really ever. And you be amazed. And I'm not some huge political speaker by any means. I'm not some big podcaster by any means. But when people get a chance to throw some jabs and to share something about something that they dislike, that I say, to the point even my mom's even a little worried about me, Rocky, I think you just need to tone it down. You know what? That's when I tone it up. That's when I start speaking a little bit more and I start being my true, really authentic self, where I'm like, you know what? I'm done playing. I'm different. It's inside of us. That is what makes us different. And on Thursday, a couple weeks ago, I'm going to give you the same analogy. I'm going to give you the same thing because I didn't really have it planned the time that I did it. Now I do have it planned. Because the New York Jets on the outside look the same. If you go to their record, it looks the same. You go to their stadium, it looks the same. You go to their uniform, it looks the same. Everything looks the same on the outside. So give me a second as I go get my props over here, just like I did before. Now, for those that saw this, there is something different. So stay with me here. There's going to be something a little different. But it's fair to say, besides the color, on the outside, would you agree with me? Put a yes in the chat that these basketballs, for everything that you can see, look exactly the same on the outside, except they're different color. Okay? On the outside, looking at this from a distance, from being from outside the parking lot, the New York Jets stadium, the stadium looks the same. The national anthem sounds the same. The players are on the same sideline. They're on the same field playing the same football. Everything looks the same. And I'm talking to somebody today because on the outside, you've been looking the same for a while. On the outside, you've been living the same life with the same house, with the same people in your environment, in the same hood, in the same cul-de-sac, in the same church, and sitting at the same pew, at the same office, driving the same car. Somebody's smiling right now because, like, damn, is he talking to me? Are we the only two people in here right this moment? But something changes. Something happens because we all have the same environment where life is life and we're dealing with situations and challenges. There's nobody on here hasn't faced death. There's nobody on here who hasn't faced a hardship, a headache, a financial problem in some capacity, in some way. But when I take these, as I did it before, adjust my camera. One of them's just going to drop, and one of them's going to bounce back up. Now, here's the thing, all. Hopefully you got to see that. And hopefully you could have heard me. One of them is not full to its potential yet. One of them is not at its capacity. And when you're at your capacity and you're full to the brim of whatever is inside of you, it doesn't matter, because actually the harder you hit, it bounces back up higher. The more pressure it has, the more challenges it has, the more distractions it has, the more negativity it has. If you're full to the top with your fullest potential that you have, it does not matter what takes place in your life. And the noise and the sounds around you is up to you and what you want to listen into. Because even though you might be deflated today, and you can be pushed on, and you can be squeezed, you have room. And the question becomes, my new prop is the pump. Because guess what we would put in here? Air. And my question will become is how many pumps of air is needed to have this reach its full capacity, so it could be like this other ball over here. Some of you are only one pump away. Some of you might be a couple pumps away, and you're going to use that as your excuse of why you feel you can't get to where you want to get, because it's too hard. I'm several pumps away. See, the difference, if the New York Jets, that head coach, before he walked in and took the job and said, you know what? We've been losing for 14 years. I don't know what makes us think we're going to do anything different now. I mean, I'll try to coach. I mean, I'll try to see what I can do with these guys. See what I can put together on the field. Hopefully something works. It's a process. It's a process, all. And if we, and some of us are living that life where we're just like, well, we've already been losing. This hasn't been going my way. This person's doing this. And we come up with this and we just say, well, that's just the way life is. Instead of changing the status quo, it's a process that you have to grow through and go through. And I'm going to give you living proof of how it works. For those of you who know my life, my divorce was a 5 years of challenges, ups and downs, financials like you can't even imagine, courtrooms. Because I was fighting a battle that I thought, Brock thought was important. And for 5 years, I fought it. For those of you who know me, and those of you who don't, I'm going to tell you something, that my kids are my everything. They truly are. They've got me out of many, many situations. From my drinking to debacles, to wanting to end my life, all this. And for the first time in over 6 years, I was able to have a conversation with their mother to have the kids more, with no hidden agenda, with not trying to change my child support or anything else. And she said yes. See, my process took 6 years to get to this point. And some of us, see, what was inside of me was that basketball that I was deflated, and I had to keep pumping and pumping and pumping. And some of you have to keep doing that, because we look at the problem before anything else. And I caught myself, Mario, just the other morning, and I didn't realize that people are watching me, just like all this nonsense on social media. And before I used to be timid. I used to be like, oh, I better be careful not to upset some BS anymore. If you don't like me, see you later. I'm done. Because the people who want to be around me and the people who want to grow will be around me. And because I'm leading by example. But the other day, Monday morning, before I could even, the alarm clock was going off at 4:30 in the morning. So my son asks me a question Sunday night and says, Dad, what time are you waking up tomorrow? I said, Bryce, I'm waking up at 4:30. He goes, how come not 6:30? I said, because it's a work day and that's what time I get up is 4:30. He goes, okay, I'll get up at the same time. I was like, I'm like praying. I'm like, all right, Bryce. Well, I mean, you can. So he puts, he like, so when I say he's 7 years old, he doesn't have a phone, but like I have a new work phone. And so he thinks it's his phone. So just to kind of set the scene, not because I'm like nervous, but like I'm not big into giving young kids technology, but he has a phone. And so his phone charges next to my bed. And he slept with me that night. So at 4:30 in the morning, my alarm goes off. And I hit my alarm to turn it off. And the alarm keeps going. And I have an Alexa that's right next to me in my bed. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with this Alexa? Why is it doing this? Why does it keep going off? And I'm trying to hit the button because I don't want who to wake up. Even though he wants to wake up, I'm like, please don't wake. Turn this off. It's my peace. It's my quiet time. And so as I'm trying to turn it off, Justine, as I'm trying to turn it, Sharon, I'm trying to think, what is wrong with this stupid Alexa? Why does this Alexa not keep? I'm so mad at the Alexa. I'm now can't turn it. I unplugged the damn thing. I unplugged it. I'm like, this thing. Dee's laughing because you guys can imagine. I'm trying to turn it off. It's still going. The alarm is still going off. It is not until that very moment, I'm not going to cry, but at the time period, it was a little emotional when I went back. Bryce set his alarm for 4:30. He's the one that did it because I told him that's what time I get up at 4:30. And to me, that's when God shares with me, like, you're leading the right way. You're doing the right things. I wasn't telling him. It was just one of those moments all that you're just like, I was looking at every problem first. And sometimes in life, that's what we do. We look at the problems before we go and look at the opportunities. And so I share with you this morning. It's different. It's different now. It's different the way you lead, the way you show up, whatever it is that you're doing. It's different. I'm going to challenge you to stop looking at the problems first and look at the solutions. Look at the impact you're making on other people's lives. And if you're nervous about what other people say, just tell them, just, I'm going to keep this clean. Just turn away. Don't let that noise get inside of your head and start getting yourself second thoughts. I thought what J.D. Vance said, that he's been talking more about Jesus Christ the last 2 weeks than he ever has his entire political career. I've learned a lot with my kids. I've learned a lot through my debacle of sobriety, my divorces. But I'm different. And some of you here are just one pump away from being the person that you need to be, the potential that you have. And so why I asked you, are you willing to be uncomfortable? Is to look at yourself this very moment and to say to yourselves, where can I be different? Where am I holding back? Where am I worried about what somebody else says? What am I doing? Am I focusing on more problems than I am the solution? Where is it? And so I'm going to ask somebody to come off of mute, to help somebody else out. Just like my son helped me at 4:30 in the morning. Thank the Lord he did not wake up because I finally figured out what was going on. But he taught me a lesson that sometimes before I put my feet on the ground, I'm thinking about problems. Who on here is changing for the better? Who on here is saying to themselves, I'm different? Maybe it's you're waking up early. Maybe it's you're eating right. Maybe it's you're doing your steps. Maybe it's you're working harder on yourself. Who would be willing to just share something that they're doing that they're just different? And it might not line up to wins quite yet, but you're on the right track. I would like to share this morning something. Rosario.
Good morning. I'm like, OMG, he's gonna make us talk after the ball in our throat. um, oh my gosh, Brock. What I can share is I am different because now I can see and I can hear the noise. And before it was like me going back to victimhood and focusing on the problem instead of the solution. I'm so blessed to have come across you through social media. And every day I remember this. What am I doing? What am I not doing? And just start making that shift right away because before I would be, it would take me forever to come back from that. And just so grateful to be here today. Thank you so much. Love y'all.
Thank you, Rosario. Thank you. Anybody else? I got about 1 more minute, 2 more minutes. If anybody would like to share something that if they got something out of today. Jackie.
I just want to say I feel like I'm different every day just because every day I learn something new from you and everybody in here. So it's amazing. And I'm very thankful for all of you. So thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. Anybody else have anything they would like to share of a different moment that they are in or what they felt today?
I just have to say I'm really glad like I found a group of people that can just be vulnerable because that's something I'm not good at. And the more vulnerable I get, the better I feel. So it really does help.
Amen. Nicole, I appreciate you being on here. Congratulations on your new listing too. I was looking you, or I saw you on not looking you up. I saw you on Facebook, and congratulations to you on that. I love it. Thank you so much, Nicole, for being here and sharing.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything they would like to add or share? Guys, oh, D, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that oh boy. I'm just grateful for this group. And I am growing in ways I never believed I could. And I'm a few pumps away. But you guys are my air, and I'm just really grateful for all of you.
Amen. D, love you. Thank you for being on here. I love that line. I'm just a few pumps away. If you're taking notes today, maybe that could be your line. I'm just a few pumps away from my potential, from living the life that God wants me to live. I think Sharon, I saw you. I have time for you, Sharon. I think you came off of mute.
I did. I'll come off on the camera too. I seen this morning. I said, I gotta jump in. And I like what she said. I'm just a few pumps away. I've had a rough year last year, but it's coming together, and I'm glad to be part of this circle now. I don't make it all the time, but I appreciate it, and I'm grateful to get to be in alignment with people who are like-minded people. So thank you so much.
Amen. Amen. Sharon, where are you calling us from?
I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio. The
Yeah, I'm
fall foliage should be starting soon
a
up there.
realtor here. Yes.
Sharon, thank you so much for being on here and sharing this morning. God bless you. Thank you so, so very much.
Yes.
All right, all. Anybody else? Maybe God's speaking to you right now. Anybody else got anything? Guys, if you got something out of today, wholeheartedly, in some capacity, I want you to put me in the chat. I normally say 5, but I want us to put 2 letters to really focus on our fingers today. Put a me in the chat. If you got something out of today in some capacity, in some way, knowing that it's different and it's okay. You're changing your culture. You're changing inside of you. And I'll conclude with, as Dee said it, you're just a few pumps away. Christian, time for one more thought. Go ahead, Christian.
Yeah, I just had a thought, you're talking about just a few pumps away. And um, the thought that came to my mind is when you are pumping up a basketball or you're pumping up a bike tire, whatever it is, you always kind of notice those last few pumps, they get harder and harder, right? And so to get to that full capacity, it takes more effort, it takes more work. But once you get that in, you get to that point, it makes the job of life is much easier rolling with a fully inflated basketball versus a 3/4 inflated basketball. But those last few pumps, they get harder, right? So you have to put in the more effort. You have to be a better person to fully fill that basketball up.
I love it. I think we should all play the game props. I think we'd all do really good around here in this game. Maybe one day we'll do something. We'll do props and let everybody come up with their ideas and thoughts. So
Love it.
thank you so much, Christian. I appreciate that. It's so true. Guys, thank you all so much for being on here today. Thank you guys. Please keep coming back. We do this every morning, 8:15 to 8:45 Eastern time. We love to have you. Invite friends, invite family, invite those that you think need to hear this so we can make an impact on others. It's all about growing. It's about this movement. It's about helping and aligning ourselves up. So God bless you all. Thank you guys also very much for being on here this morning. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8:15 Eastern time. Till then, see ya.